Hey everybody! So tonight I'm going to be playing the rest of Super Metroid. I basically ran out of time last night and I accidentally saved the game, so my whole idea of having a no save run was kind of out the window. Accidentally saved, but it's okay. I kind of had to go to bed anyway, and speaking of which, I'm getting close to my bedtime again now, so I need more free time. But I'm going to try to beat this game real quick and do it without dying. Now, the last, I want to say third of the game, which is what I have left, maybe a third, tops, quarter, something like that, is pretty hard. So this is going to be a real challenge, and I need to really focus for this. So I've got my lucky clothes on, and I'm ready to go. So let's do this. Oh, also, I'm turning off the moonwalk, because that moonwalk almost killed me, and that's not cool. I don't know what I was doing just there. I was just jumping on that Metroid. I don't know what that was. That was weird. Alright, this fight can be very, very hard. So you have to, if you do the fight, straight up, fairly, it's extremely tough. But I'm going to gimp the fight. I'm not sure why these guys are flying around like this. Odd flight pattern. I like how Draygon waits until the music kicks in before it appears. It's like right when the music's like do-do-do-do, it kicks in and flies in at the same time. Boom. It all kind of hits you at once. It's very memorable. Now, when I was a kid, I could not win this fight because every time it would catch me and then it would just, maul me with its tail for a while, and it was such a hard fight for me. And I probably lost this fight 10 or 20 times, and then eventually I had to bring the game back to the video store, and it was just I was defeated. And then this guy in an electronics boutique or something, I was like in an electronics boutique with my mom, and we were talking about how, her and I were talking about how I couldn't beat Draygon, and there was this guy in there who overheard our conversation, and he came over and he was like, "Oh, Draygon," and my mom's like, "Oh, you know how to beat Draygon?" And he's like, "Yes, I do," and he told me the trick. You have to shoot the pods on the walls, to destroy them, and then there's an electrical current, and you shoot that with your beam while Draygon's holding onto you. And you basically, it's like an insta-kill, basically. You just have to hold the beam until the fight ends. So, it's a very cool trick. It's basically gimping the fight, but it looks cool, and it's actually not that easy to pull off, because if you miss with the grappling beam and it gets too high, and it drags you too high up in the air, then you're SOL, because you can't electrocute it. And it'll beat you up for a while and then drop you, and then you'll have to wait until it picks you up again to try again. So overall, very, very difficult fight. Possibly the hardest fight in this game if you do it normally. Possibly. Ridley is very nasty as well. Honestly, I think Ridley probably wins for most difficult, but definitely a case could be made for Draygon, for sure, if you fight it normally. Ooh, I'm just getting hit by everything in here. And Ice Beam is so awesome. Think about what I just did. I froze that thing while it was under Samus and then landed on it and jumped off of it. How cool is that? Woo. There we go. Now the next room's full of invincible space pirates. Luckily, there's a new beam over here, which happens to defeat them. So it's a good thing that this beam is here, because if any other item was in that room, you would be screwed. Unless it was the screw attack. Alright. So I'm going to use the Cosmic Beam by itself for now, because like I was doing earlier, I want to kind of get the feel of the weapon by itself before I go mixing it with all kinds of other stuff. Ooh, it looks nice when you charge it up. Here's a cool moment right here. Right through all of them. I'm not going to heal, I'm not going to worry too much about my health, because there is a healing spring, I don't know what else to call it, there's a healing spring along the way in Norfair. Gotta change the video over real quick. Alright, and we're back. My least favorite, actually my second least favorite. No, it's my least favorite. My least favorite room in the game. Barely beating out the plant room with all the spikes. Because that room is awful. Alright, time to get out the ice beam. So we're going to go ice plasma now. Glitching out or something. So my energy is restored, and there are 2 more energy tanks to get. One of them is right before the next boss, and the other one is right after the next boss. The next boss, however, is a big deal. Big challenge. Hardest fight in the game. And I don't know if I can defeat him with these weapons. I'm gonna go wave plasma now. Wave plasma is the same as the regular plasma. It just fires 2 beams instead of 1, and they go through walls. So I guess in that sense, it's not the same at all. Alright, this room, once you have the gravity suit, you don't take any damage from this lava, but these guys can still knock you out of here. So, of course, so you gotta be careful of them. And once you have the space jump, you can get up here, although there are people who can get up here without it. You have to do some like tricky wall jumping. I'm not really a sequence breaker, so I don't know too much about that, but I've done a little sequence breaking, but not enough to be like a pro at it or anything like that. I pretty much play the game the way it was intended most of the time. Boom, boom, boom. I like getting that momentum before you start jumping. A lot of momentum and just start flying. I think the most sequence breaking that I've done is skipping the spore spawn, because there's a super missile that you can get earlier. You're not supposed to. You have to use some glitches, but you can get a super missile earlier, and then you don't have to fight spore spawn at all. So I've done that. Skip that boss. And there's also that vertical passageway in Brinstar where you have to freeze the rippers to jump upward, and then you have to shoot the block at the top and go through that little tiny entrance, little tiny gap. Meanwhile, these rippers are all harassing you. That area, I managed to do that without the ice beam. Extremely hard. You need to master the wall jump to get through there. But if you do, you can get to the wrecked ship without the grappling beam, just with a lot of wall jumping. And you can get there without the ice beam. Yeah, you don't need the ice beam, you don't need the grappling beam. You just get up there, fight Phantoon pretty much right after Crave, so that's good. Ouch, that hurt. Fight is pretty nasty, so I'm gonna have to concentrate. Or you can just do this. I don't know if this thing is besides that, it's he does this, he's just good. So it's all about just unleashing the charge moves. Yeah, that fight can very easily kill you if you're not prepared. If you're not on your toes, you can go south really fast. It does a ton of damage when it hits you. So the all-powerful screw attack, most powerful ability in the original Metroid, which is a fairly underrated game. I think it's not that great. It's not as good as the other Metroid games, but for an NES game, it's a lot of fun. It's got some good concepts. It's fun to explore, and the items that you get in that game are excellent. There's no phaser or plasma. You get the ice beam, you get the wave beam, you get the screw attack. High jump boots. You get all the basics, and it's fun. It's compelling. It's a good time. Pretty hard though. Can't get that momentum. Momentum gone, but we're still going. So it's okay. These space bars are purpose to even the plasma ones, so just single solve. And when you're screw tagging, you're basically invincible, so that's cool. Just gonna avoid everything. Alright, turning on the ice beam, so I'm now operating at full power. Assuming that the ice beam increases damage at all, which it might not actually. I would be a bit surprised if Plasma plus Wave Beam was actually more powerful than Plasma plus Ice plus Wave. I feel like the Ice Beam might add like an extra hit to everything because it has the freezing component, so things that you would kill in one hit, you would kill in 2 hits, perhaps. But I don't know. I don't have any damage tables to back that up. So just really surprised yet. So. Grab this energy tank, and from here I'm going to have to try not to take any damage because that's it for now. That's my energy tank for this area. After the next boss, I get another one, but until then, that's what I have to work with.